Well, guys, I got the 78 F100 back home. Kind of ran into a wall with this thing. Not literally, just mentally. The C4 auto transmission, basically it was junk. Basically what ended up happening was I purchased a torque converter and flywheel, and I guess there was multiple different flywheels, or excuse me, a flex plate for this, and the one that I got had the wrong spacing, so the torque converter didn't seat all the way into the transmission pump, and basically grenaded the transmission. It just burned it up. So pulled the transmission early last summer and basically just worked a little bit after work here and there, and new pump gears, new bushings, new clutches, went through the valve body, put in a shift kit from Transgo, and made a nice little transmission for this thing. Got it all painted, new deep pan. Basically just beefed it up a little bit. It was used Raybestos clutches. It was like an upgrade kit, so we could stack a couple more clutch discs inside the transmission, just get some better parts in there, and yeah, just some valve body upgrades. New flex plate, the correct one, and put it all back together, put it back in the truck. I know I had good torque converter engagement, but I ran into an issue where we started the truck up and I was not pumping fluid. So very, very weird. And I hooked up I have a air vacuum tool where basically I just hooked it up to the cooler line and hooked up shop air to one end, and it basically just creates a siphon and pulls vacuum on the system. When I did that, boom, pulled transmission fluid, had great pressure. I didn't put a gauge on it, but I knew I had good pressure because it was basically just over pressurized and just the hose pushed on, and it was, to me, it felt good. So I hooked the cooler lines back up to the new rad and cycled through the gears, and I had good drive engagement, good reverse engagement, perfect. Checked and topped off the fluids, as I was shifting it, and I mean, I'd put it in reverse and it would bump into reverse good. Same thing with drive. So I went ahead, and at my shop I have 2 parking lots, so I'm able to just do loops back and forth and drive it back and forth in between both parking lots. One thing I noticed is I'm pretty sure this thing was stuck in second gear. I would manually shift it in the first, nothing, back up the drive, and it would just stay in second gear. So I knew there was an issue there. Reverse was fine. Basically pulled it back in the shop, shut it off, checked my fluid again. Couldn't get it warm or up to temperature correctly because I couldn't drive it, but my fluid was still, at this point, is to my knowledge, good. It's not overfilled, it's not bubbling or anything. But the next morning I went to start it up to recheck it, and it wouldn't move again, so I had to use that vacuum tool to even get it to move again. So I know that the pump itself is working, but I don't know what the heck else could be wrong. So I'm kind of just looking to the internet. I've tried searching on forums and stuff and haven't really gotten a full answer or possible issue or what it could be. I'm probably leaning towards the valve body, but just as it's not shifting out of second or in any other gear besides second and reverse, so that's most likely what it is. But I don't know. I figured I'd post it on the interwebs and maybe see what you guys think, or if there's anything else that I should check. Like I said, I know the torque converter was fully seated because once I had the transmission on the dowels and the studs going through the flex plate, I maybe had an eighth of an inch or just a little bit of free travel with the converter fully seated into the trans, and then it's just a little bit. Like before, I had way more than that. So I know that issue's fixed. And as far as like the pump gears go, I had the Haynes C4 rebuilding book, and that basically there was on the pump gears they only went in a certain way. Like there is a chamfered edge, and they only went in the one way. So I know I got that part covered because I remember noting that. But yeah, I guess if you guys have any ideas or something else I could check, I mean, this truck's, it was really close. All new brakes, all new shocks, brake hoses, got a couple timing adjustments I got to do in the engine. For the most part, it's running okay, but just running a little rich, so I got to do some carb adjustments and recheck the valves most likely. But yeah, I mean, it's getting close. I just got this transmission issue now. Wanted to learn and save some money and figure out rebuilding it by myself to try and save some money and, you know, learn a little bit. But maybe I should buy a built one from a good company or something. I don't know. I'm at a loss with it, but I can't get rid of the truck. I just, one of those things where I gotta have 50 of these things sitting around. But all right, we'll see you guys in the next video.